My name is Dorothy Le Suchkova. My preferred pronouns are she and her. And my job title and role at SCAG. I'm a senior regional planner at SCAG. SCAG stands for the Southern California Association of Governments. It's a metropolitan planning organization. And in the name, the region of Southern California is referenced. So SCAG spans across 191 cities and 6 counties. It's the largest It's the largest metropolitan planning organization in terms of geography in the nation. And one of the main things SCAG does is every 4 years, SCAG produces and works on a document called the Connect SoCal, or Regional Transportation Plan, or Sustainable Communities Plan. And that looks at the transportation and housing needs of the region and tries to work towards a more sustainable and equitable region. Within that planning process, there are a number of ways we support local jurisdictions within the SCAG region via grant making, technical assistance, convening, advocacy. So anything that makes a difference region-wide, we try to play a supporting role. So the LA County Bike Match is a grantee of the Local Community Engagement Mini Grant Program, the Go Human Local Community Engagement Mini Grant Program. The purpose of that program is to support hyper-local efforts to increase resiliency, mobility justice, especially in the midst of the global pandemic. When we originally thought of this mini grant process, the pandemic wasn't happening, but we knew that when we were going to roll it out, we were in the throes of the pandemic. So we, instead of kind of generally supporting active transportation, we wanted to make sure we had a lens towards supporting groups that were responding to the pandemic, supporting recovery efforts and increasing access to active transportation amongst the most affected people by the pandemic, which are Black, Brown, people, Indigenous, and people of color and lower income groups. So that brings us to Bike Match. LA County Bike Match, we felt like, is an amazing program which refurbishes and also builds new bikes for people who need them the most. And it's a program that offers bikes free of charge. And especially in this pandemic, it's very important to be able to have access to transportation that is able to be physically distant and healthy. I just go back to, maybe when I was younger and I got, one of my first bicycles, and just the kind of exuberance I felt of having a bicycle that was my own and being able to go places I hadn't gone before or didn't think I could. And also, I think the region is really big and people travel, really far places to get the groceries or to go to their jobs or to kind of run errands, see their families. So having a bike really helps people go further and get to the places they need to go. So it's really great to support LA County Bike Match because SCAG is able to support giving access to transportation and opportunities to people across the LA County region, which makes a big difference in our sustainability and equity goals region-wide. I think coming from a regional perspective, but also knowing that the local efforts really make a difference, I think something like a bike match program makes such a difference for people individually. And I think that creates ripple effects for the region. So it's an amazing initiative. I think it's really well thought of and addresses a huge need that exists in the region. And I think that LA County Bicycle Coalition is really well suited to convening this type of initiative to happen, to match bicycles with people who need it the most, and to be able to respond to the pandemic in the most equitable way possible.